Hey everybody, it's Gus from Askewed Reviews. And today it's Friday, so I'm doing another episode of FearPix Friday. Now, if you don't know what this is a collaboration between a group that I'm a part of called Cinema Society Saturday, where we do a lot of reviews for horror movies, and FearPix. This is a streaming app and service where you can watch horror movies, mysteries, thrillers, all sorts of interesting shorts, and they're all independent. Now, what we do in this partnership is each Friday, or as many Fridays as we possibly can, we do reviews for movies and shorts that you can find on the FearPix app. Now, if you've heard of FearPix before, you may or may not be aware that it is a free streaming option. However, though, they now have an ability to do a monthly or yearly tier at $3 or $20. And then with this, there's no ads, and you can be a part of the online community that FearPix is trying to grow. This is a really fun opportunity to talk with other people who absolutely love horror movies, talk to the people who make these movies, and of course, talk to all of us at Cinema Society Saturday. Now, when you do decide to sign up, feel free to use my promo code of ASKWD. Now, this doesn't do anything to affect your price, but this does really help build our relationship with FearPix. Because when they can see that these codes are being used, it shows that the partnership between them and Cinema Society Saturday is working. Now, one last thing I do want to mention about doing one of these two options before I go over the movie that I'm reviewing for today. 50% of all of the proceeds that FearPix receives goes right back to all of the creators of these films. So, that, at least in my opinion, is a great reason to get involved with this. Now, as for the movie that I'm reviewing today, it's the 2015 film Christmas Sleigh, also known as A Christmas Sleigh. And if you're wondering why this is a Christmas themed movie, that's because I originally watched this and was going to do my FearPix Friday review back during the week of Christmas. And then I got sick and I completely forgot to actually post that. And when realizing that I had that sitting around, it didn't make as much sense anymore. So I just decided to re record it and post it now because Christmas can be celebrated anytime. So, this film was directed and written by Steve Davis. The concept for this film is that it's Christmas Eve. We have three best friends who are heading out to the countryside to this kind of cabin ish location just to have some fun and hang out together. Now, of course, this is not just going to be an idyllic vacation due to the fact that our psychopath here, Simon Carter, has escaped from a mental institution and is now out on a bloodthirsty tour through the countryside. We actually meet Simon at the beginning of the film as he is already committing these atrocities, and then the police come to stop him. I mean, kind of. I don't know where specifically this movie takes place. I think it's somewhere in the UK, but I'm just going to say this. If I lived anywhere near this police department, I would be horrified. I mean, literally, this guy walks out of a house covered in blood, and the police decide to fist fight him to subdue him. It just did not make any sense to me. I realize that, there's the no gun policy throughout most of the UK and all of that kind of stuff. But still, I mean, maybe all of you try to take this crazy person down instead of one on one fighting. Oh, and by the way, it's not just the police department that's very ineffective in this movie. The mental institution that Simon Carter was at is horrible. I can't even imagine how they just let him walk around there. And then the fact that he was able to escape so very easily. So, of course, the question becomes with this slasher film is will our three best friends make it out of this alive? So, I will say right off the bat, I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. Not that I thought it was all too terribly bad, it was very generic. Like, there wasn't anything that really made it special, at least in my opinion. Also, though, I do have to say, most of the acting definitely was not all that great. The character who plays Simon Carter or Santa, he was pretty good. I mean, he definitely came off as menacing and imposing. Also, as I mentioned just a little bit ago, I'm not a fan at all of the police department that shows up in this movie, not just because of what happens at the beginning, but when they show up again, these people just seem like absolute morons. Now, I won't say that this is one that you should just skip and not watch, because it does have a little bit of its own B movie charm. So, if you're up for watching just a generic but still a little bit entertaining slasher that does have the Christmas spirit to it, then go ahead and check out Christmas Sleigh or A Christmas Sleigh, because I keep seeing it showing up different ways on different places that I find this. So, at least for me on my scale, I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 5. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of FearPix Friday. Even though this movie was a bit late, it's still Friday, and that's what matters. And once more, I am going to mention when you do decide to sign up for FearPix, go ahead and use my promo code of ASKWD. If you've actually seen Christmas Sleigh before, feel free to let me know what you think about it in the comments.